Amisha says, my question is, if a human is unable to bear the pain and suffering, and if he asks for mercy killing, is it allowed? Should we accept it? Same is for animals. If it is suffering so much, can we put it to rest? First of all, I beg to differ, because humans are unlike animals. A human soul has great weight at the sight of Allah Azza wa Jal, unlike animals. So we cannot compare both to each or to one another. Now, mercy killing, or known as euthanasia, is prohibited in Islam. Regardless of the amount of pain and suffering an individual goes through, this is his test and calamity from Allah Azza wa Jal. He must endure it because this is his test. If he fails, he goes to hell. If he succeeds, he goes to paradise in the highest level eternally, forever. The Prophet tells us, alayhi salatu wassalam, and the hadith is in the Sahih, when there was a battle between the Muslims and the disbelievers, and there was this Muslim man who kept hitting right, left, and center, killing the disbelievers and the idol worshippers, and doing really well in battle. So the Muslims were pointing at him and saying that, whoa, nobody did well today like so and so. The Prophet heard this, alayhi salatu wasalam. He looked at him and he said, he is in hell. All of the companions were shocked. Now we're battling, we are fighting in the cause of Allah, and this guy is doing the best among us. And the Prophet says he's going to go to hell? Then what are we fighting for? One of the companions said, I will accompany him, I'll follow him, and I'll bring you the news. So during the battle, this guy kept on fighting behind him and watching him until he saw this brave man getting wounded in battle. And it seemed that he was in real pain and suffering from his wounds. He could not tolerate such pain. So he took the tip of his sword, he placed it between his breasts and put the other end on the ground, and he leaned forward until it penetrated his chest, coming out from his back, and he killed himself. And the Prophet ﷺ, while resting, the man came and he said, I believe that there is no God worthy of being worshipped except Allah, and that you are the messenger of Allah. So the Prophet said, what's up? What is it? He said, O Prophet of Allah, the man you talked about earlier and said he's in hell, he did this and this and this, and then he killed himself. So the Prophet ﷺ said, by Allah, a man performs well for 60 years until there is only 1 foot between him and entering paradise, and then he ends up doing something wrong and he dies while doing it, and then he goes to hell. And a man does bad sins 60 years of his life until there is only 1 foot between him and hellfire. Yet then the preserved tablet states that he makes something good at the end of his life, and he dies while doing it, and he ends up going to Jannah, to paradise. Therefore, what is called as mercy killing is totally prohibited. This is murder. If I assist someone over this and I help him to euthanize him, by euthanizing him, I am the murderer. And if he does this to himself, because there are doctors who would tell him, do this, do that, add this, stop taking that until he dies. If he does it to himself, this is called suicide. And this is a major sin. Now, coming back to the issue of animals, with animals it's different. If a cat is in real pain, if a dog is in real pain and is suffering, and the doctors say there is no cure for that pain, there's nothing wrong in killing that animal and putting it to rest, putting it to sleep, as they say. There's nothing wrong in that because it's an animal. I'm not killing it for the sake of fun or enjoying it or transgressing against it. Animals are not tested like humans. So they can be killed when there is a need to kill them, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.